If you're looking to upload a custom font to your Kajabi website, then you're in the right place. In this video, I'm going to show you how to upload either a free or a paid font file that you have available on your computer. Hey, if we haven't met yet, I'm Chelsey, and I'm from Audit Virtual Services, your Kajabi tech and design specialists. If you ever need any help within your Kajabi site, feel free to reach out to us. You can check us out on our website at auditvirtualservices.com, where we can help you get unstuck. Now, this tutorial is specific to loading your custom font on a single landing page. If you want to load your custom font on your entire Kajabi website, then you're going to want to go and check out my other video. Link is in the description. Let's just get started. Now, first thing you're going to want to do is open up this landing page here. The link is in the description. You're going to want to follow along with me here. And the other thing you're going to want to make sure you have is that your font file is available for you on your computer. So you have to already have it downloaded, whether it's free or paid, that's up to you. Have your file available on your page. I have mine right here on the desktop, and it's ready for us to upload when we get to that point. So have that ready to go. If you do download it off of a website and it comes zipped up, you're going to want to make sure you unzip it. And we're going to work with a TTF file, so a true type font file. So if you don't have a font file that is TTF, you're probably going to want to do a quick conversion, which you can just type up, TTF converter or whatever, and you'll find a bunch of websites that you can convert your font file to a TTF file. So make sure you have that all ready to go. All right, so our first steps here is to upload the font file to Kajabi. And so in order for us to actually upload this file to Kajabi, we need to create what's called an assets page. So really, you can call it page whatever you want. We call it assets page because it lets us know, or anyone on our team who's in our account know, that that's a page that we're using to just upload stuff. So you don't want to ever publish it. You don't want to delete it. You just are using it kind of in the back end. So that's what we're going to do so that we can get this file into Kajabi, because ideally what we need is a link to be able to tell Kajabi where to access the file from. So what we're going to do is hop into our Kajabi site here. And we're just going to create a new landing page, and it's just going to be a blank landing page, so we can click start from scratch. Oops, keep browsing, get started. And you're going to call it a assets page. And we always like to just add in here, do not delete. If you have other people working in your site, it's also a good reminder for yourself, because, come down a year from now, you might be like, what is this page? I don't even know what this is. And then you end up deleting it. So let's put do not delete on it just to save you in the future. And then we're going to load in that page and just kind of clear it out a little bit so we don't have all the extra blocks in it that we don't really need. Because all what we're really looking to do is to add a CTA button so that we can have that font file accessible for us to be able to grab the link. So what we're going to do is just delete that extra block that we don't need. Okay, and what we're going to do next is in this text file, what you're going to do is write the name of the font. So what I usually like to do is grab the name straight up here. I'll even include the extension on the end, and I'm going to actually put that right in here. Okay, and then I'm going to change this to be an H1. Since this video is specifically going to show you how to change just the headers or the heading fonts, that's what I'm going to show you here. So in order for us to see that this is working, we want to have the font here changed to show that it's a header font. So, and I'll just make this nice and big just so we can see it all. Then we're going to go down here to the call to action, and we'll turn on the button. I like to just call this font file. You don't really have to rename anything. It's really just for you anyway, but it helps you kind of keep organized. Okay, and then we're going to go and upload our font to this page. So it says go to URL. We're going to click download font file, and we're going to pick a file. And in this case, we're going to put in our font file. So I'm going to drag and drop that in there. Okay, and then we're going to hit save. So what we did was just uploaded the font file to Kajabi, and now we're able to access that font file using this button. So if I want, I could click on it, it will just download the file, which that's not really what I want. What I actually want from this is going to be copying the link address. Okay, so we're going to be using that in just a moment. Now, one thing I wanted to mention about this assets page, when you have finished creating it, you're going to want to make sure that it is in draft, and you're going to want to just in case you don't want Google indexing it, so you want to make sure that this show page and search results is turned off. Okay, so just to keep that page kind of out of Google and offline, then just do that quick change of that setting. All right, so we've uploaded our font. Okay, so we're just going to head back over to our instructions here. We have done everything here in part 1. And now part 2, in this video, we're going to talk about how to add that font to a single landing page. If you're interested in adding this to your entire site, you're going to have to check out the other video, which is linked below in the description of this video. And it's also available here with the steps on the same page, so you can also follow those steps. All right, so now we're going to go to the landing page that we want to actually go and change the font on. So for this example, I have a demo page here that I'm just going to open up. So I'm going to be changing the header font in this page. So we're going to head over to settings, over to custom code, and now this page just happens to have some code, which I'm just going to remove for the sake of this tutorial. So it's nice and clean. All right, so what we're going to do now is head over to this page, and we're going to go grab the code. So we're going to scroll back up here. This first code is if you want to just change the headings only. So for this example, I'm going to use this code. If you wish to change just the body fonts, you're going to want this code. If you want to do both, if you want to do the button, use this code. If you want to do both headings, body, and buttons, then this is basically everything kind of combined. And then there's a couple of extra codes down here that people tend to ask me for, so I just kind of put them on the bottom there. So the main code here that we want to work with is our heading. Okay, so we're going to copy all of this. So just highlight it, copy it. You'll notice there's some things in red. Those are areas that we need to edit. So we'll go pop this into our page here. And now we're going to need to edit the font name. So this is where we will type in our font name. So in this case, we're going to call it Feeling Passionate. I like to write it exactly as the font file is. You don't have to, but I tend to do that just for consistency. So make sure it's in between those two quotes. Okay, you don't want to remove those two quotes, and we're going to copy and paste it into these two spots. Okay, so this is giving it the name, and then this is just calling it to be for all of these headline fonts. Okay, so next we need to put in the font link. So that is where we created this. So we know that the link that we want is here. We're going to right click on it, and we're going to go to copy link address. So then it gives that Kajabi address that we need. We're going to head back over here, and where it says font link in between the two quotes, very, very important that you have them in the quotes. You're going to paste that link in here. Now this next step is crucial. Very, very important. Many people miss this part and then wonder why it's not showing up on the live page. And it's tricky because it looks good in the preview mode, but when you go to live, then your font doesn't load. So what you want to do is edit this URL. You're going to go to where the HTTPS is, and you're going to remove everything all the way up to the /resource. Okay, so I've basically removed the domain name that is in front of this. Okay, now it's just Kajabi being really finicky. It just wants to pull its own domain name through without having it. So it doesn't break the URL. It just is telling Kajabi to pull its own domain name instead of using like the subdomain and stuff. So just trust me on this one. You want to do this step. Okay, so I've done all that, and I'm going to hit save. And this is where we cross our fingers and hope it works. Yay, it worked. So as you can see here, my headings have now changed to the Feeling Passionate font, which is a nice kind of flowy type font. So may not be the font I choose for this site, but for this example, it works. All right, so that's basically it. Now, if I didn't want to have the H6, for example, or H5, and I just wanted to have, you know, maybe H1 or 2, I can just go ahead and remove these, but I want to make sure I don't have a comma at the end, and then I can just take those out, and then it should change. So as you can see now, I think this might have been an H6 style. So it's taken that out, and now I have it just as my H1 and H2. So you can kind of play around with this area here, which is kind of what these codes are down here. So in this case, if you take a look, we were doing all of the heading styles. And then this one here is the body paragraph, as well as lists and as well as links. So all of them, all of those would be affected by it. So then you can just go and swap that in. Everything else in the code is the exact same thing. Okay, and the same thing happens down here. If you're going to look at the button, these are kind of like the identifiers to be able to call that you want the buttons to be changed, the button fonts to be changed. So that's the key pieces that you want to edit. If you want to do the additional codes, if you want your link list to have a different font, or in some cases people have drop-down menus, they want that to be changed. Other areas like your blog, you might have headings there, you might want to change. Those might require you to edit the font just a little bit. So if you find places on your page that's not working, or if you're trying to apply this to your whole site and some things aren't working, then you might need to adjust the code just slightly. So for simplicity, this demo is just for you to see how to get it to work for your headings. So that's pretty much it. If you go back and double check that we've got everything here, we've got everything landed. Now that asset page, you're just going to want to keep it in there. Sometimes you might want to change fonts or put more. You can just add them to the same asset page. So everything is all done and good to go there. And like I said, if you wanted to update your entire site, you can follow these settings down here. It looks like a lot, but a lot of this is very similar to what's up here. So it's really not that much difficult. There's just a little extra work that you have to do. Now, if you want your custom font to work on all your pages, not just one single landing page, then you're going to want to watch this video that I walk you through how to edit this code so that it works for your entire site. It's going to have to go in a different location as well. So I'll walk you through all of those steps. Go ahead and follow that video now.